locations: Mandarin, Orange Park, and Southside at Bay Meadows.
Jacksonville is game time, and just like the Jaguars fight for every yard on the field, Duck Duck Rooter fights for every customer at home. From plumbing repairs to septic pump outs to keeping your AC cool all season long, we've got the winning playbook. Duck Duck Rooter is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars and delivers championship service every time. When plumbing, septic, or AC problems put you on defense, don't fumble the call. Dial 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter, when you're stuck, call the Duck.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Here's your 1010XL community calendar of local events and nonprofit groups helping people here at home.
It's an evening of connection, laughter, and friendly competition, celebrating the creativity and resilience of our community with costumes, bowling, and prizes. To find out more about the Community Bowling Costume Party October 24th, contact Rebel Recovery.
If you'd like to help dogs find new homes, you can enjoy food, drinks, music, and of course, dogs at the Fall Fermi Festival, November 8th. Find out more at kprok9.com.
Find out how you can be part of the cure for blood cancer at the Light the Night Walk at ViStar Ballpark, November 22nd. Take the first step at lightthenight.org.
The Hometown for Heroes Home Buyers Program helps you get your down payment and closing costs paid. Call to learn more. 574-7180.
You can find out how to share your community event at 1010XL.com. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
I know football.
Now, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Coaches Corner on 1010XL.
Complete scoreboard update coming up. One of the bigger games in the area. A little bragging rights on the line. Tallahassee versus Jacksonville. And Trinity Christian gets it done over Tallahassee Lincoln, 32-14. Verlin Dormany of Trinity Christian joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Oh, thanks, Hack. We needed that.
That's a big win. That's 3 in a row for you guys. Lincoln, obviously a very good team. Boy, is this your best performance of the year to this point?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Our kids have really just started playing better football and just started playing together more, and we're not turning the ball over, and so it's making it a whole lot funner to coach. I know that for sure.
Coach, I know the turnovers, kind of hurt your defense, but it seems like your defense is playing pretty good up to this point. What makes you guys good on defense?
We put in a new defense this past spring. And really, I think it's just the fact that the kids have been playing it, practicing, and we've been doing a lot of just good on good in practice. We get about a 10 to 15 minute segment twice in practice, and the intensity is so much better because we're playing our ones on offense against our ones on defense, and they're really having to compete. and I think that they just learned to understand and do what they're supposed to do, and they're in the right spots. We gave up 2 big plays tonight. We gave up a long pass that we missed a tackle on, and they broke contained Taylor Jacobs, quarterback, beat us on about a 45-yard run. Other than that, they played sound.
Verwin Dormany of Trinity Christian. That's 4 out of 5 for you, and the one game you lost was 27-20 to a good Columbia team. Coach, did you know, towards the middle part of September, that you guys were going to turn the corner? Because obviously you have turned a pretty massive corner here in the last month.
You know what? I did, because I think when you go 1-4 and your kids are still together and they haven't tanked on because listen, these kids these days, it's hard for them to stay that focused and maintain and keep grinding, and they did that, and they just stayed together, and we've got some great leadership. The senior night tonight, our junior class is huge, and so everybody just kept building on it, kept thinking, all right, and they bought in. They bought in, and we started clicking, and it was fun. It was fun to win like that tonight because we were down a couple times.
Verwin Dormany, Trinity Christian, little bragging rights for Jacksonville. They defeat Tallahassee Lincoln 32-14. That's now 4 out of 5 and 3 in a row for Trinity Christian. Coach, congratulations on a big win for you and your program.
Hey, thanks, Hack, man. It's going to be a great weekend now.
That's a big win for Trinity. Let me tell you who else just got a big win according to this scoreboard. In overtime, Middleburg 37, Beachside 36.
That's massive. That's big for Middleburg and their playoff chances. You mentioned earlier, first segment, they were the 7 seed. Only 8 teams make the region, in the playoffs in the region, and that definitely helps their chances of making the playoffs.
So we'll get Ryan Wolf on from Middleburg in just a moment, but what a win for them. What a win for Christ Church. They get win number 6 on the year. My buddy Justin Sermon of Christ Church joins me under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Hack, man, thanks, brother. Man, what a finish.
Tell us about it. 24-17 over Cornerstone, correct?
Well, it's 24-23.
24-23. Wow. All right, tell us about it.
Man, all credit to them. They're a great football team. Coaching staff does a really good job. We're up 21-10 at half, and battle there at the second half, and get a stop on a 2-point conversion with a minute left in the game to seal it. Coach Hodges' defense stood tall. So proud of our kids for finding a way to win a tough ball game.
Coach, who stood out for you tonight?
And we have been banged up. Kids are just battling to get back. Our quarterback, a freshman, John Upchurch, battled his tail off to get back, and has been out the past 3 weeks and did a great job leading our team.
Coach, win number 6 for you. I believe that puts you at 6-3 on the year. What do the playoffs and the postseason look like for you guys right now?
Yeah, we'll get a little clearer picture next week, and as things settle down. And bottom line is we got to get healthy, and we just got to keep getting better week in and week out, and that's what we've done. And I just got to give a lot of credit to our staff. They do a great job. Folks don't realize what all goes into preparing the team to get ready to play a football game, and I have a phenomenal staff that's led by quality men that love the Lord and that really good coaches. So we'll keep pushing through, see what happens.
Well, little Hack will be very excited when I wake him up in the morning and tell him that Christ Church is in the winners column. The Eagles now 6-3 on the year. Justin Sermon, the head coach over there at Christ Church Academy. Congratulations, Coach.
Hack, appreciate it, man. Go Eagles. God bless, and have a good weekend. Thanks for what you guys do for high school football.
Terrific win there for CCA. Tim Kraus of Bishop Kenny, moments away. Before we get there, we are under the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We certainly thank Southeast Orthopedic Specialists for their continued support of this program and high school athletics all over the area. And with that, the good doctor, Kevin Murphy of Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Doc, how we doing?
Doing good, Hacker. How are you?
Doc, we're good. Thank you for the time, as always. A lot of thrilling games in the area, a couple of overtime games in the area. Certainly a great night of high school football. And we're getting into the time of year, Doc, where it's all about the protocol. You hear about the concussion protocol in college and certainly the National Football League. There was certainly an issue with the Giants where did Brian Dable go into the blue tent as they were doing concussion protocol with Jackson Dart? A medical professional like yourself, Doc, tell us about the protocol and how it might be different in high school than it is in college or the pros.
Well, it's really the same. If a kid has a questionable concussion, there's some testing you do with them, memory recall and such things to, and balance testing to see if he's had an impact injury to his brain that puts him in concern for a concussion. And if there is, you pull him out. And you then get him into this protocol, a 5-day protocol where you test him. And, if he clears with no symptoms, you move him along each step. And it's basically 5 days to return to play. So it's no different really from high school to pros. It's just a little more the stakes are a little higher as you get into the upper levels.
When did the protocol come into effect? Because I don't remember this, 10 years ago.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably been probably within the last 5 years. It's been kind of refined to that everybody does the same thing. But yeah, it's evolved over time, but it's pretty standard at this point.
The good Dr. Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, is where you find his terrific work. We'll tell you all about the Bump and Bruise Clinics coming up here in one moment. Again, Tim Krause of Bishop Kenny, less than 2 minutes away. Coach, as we talk about more injuries, look, the Jacksonville Jaguars, relatively healthy, all things considering. The Rams are not. Puka Nacua is going to miss the game. There was some question as to whether he would play with an ankle. It's not a high ankle. Apparently, it's just an ankle sprain. What is the difference? I know we've asked you about high ankles. Well, just a regular ankle sprain. What is that, a 2 to 3 week situation?
Yeah, typically a regular ankle sprain is just the outside lateral ligaments of the ankle where you kind of roll it. You see it in basketball a lot. Guys step on somebody's foot and they roll it to the outside and tear the ligaments there. That's kind of the standard ankle. A high ankle, you injure the ligament that goes between the two bones of the lower leg, the tibia, the big bone, and the fibula on the outside. You rip that ligament and the bone splay spread apart. It can lead to, if you don't treat it, it takes a little.
Are we losing Doc? I think we might have lost Doc. Well, if we get him back, we'll tell you more about the difference between low ankle and high ankle. Puka Nacua is going to be out with a low ankle sprain, but he looks like he'll be back after the bye. The bottom line is the Bump and Bruise Clinics at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, they are designed to begin the treatment process prior to your student, your kid, returning to school on Monday. There are locations all over Northeast Florida for these Bump and Bruise Clinics, 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. For the location nearest you, visit se-ortho.com as we bring Doc Kevin Murphy back in, a Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. And, Doc, I was telling him about the Bump and Bruise Clinics designed to begin the treatment plan tomorrow prior to returning to school on Monday.
Yeah, 9 to 10, multiple locations. Like we were talking about the ankle injuries, if you got an ankle injury or whatever the injury may be, if we get treating early and get rid of the swelling and work on some things through the weekend, you have a much greater a chance of getting back playing earlier than if you sit around letting it swell all weekend. So you get a little, minor injuries or major injuries, come on in and we'll get them evaluated for you for free.
And again, locations all over the area, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And for the location nearest you, visit se-ortho.com. The good Dr. Kevin Murphy of Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Doc, thank you, my friend. We'll talk next week.
Thank you, brother.
Always enjoy the good doctor, Kevin Murphy. The game you heard right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM, Bishop Kenny, a big win over First Coast. Tim Krause is the head coach of Bishop Kenny, and he joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach, you guys are playing out of your minds. I can't remember. We were joking around earlier because I do a streaming show on Channel 4, and then I have about 20 minutes to get back over here. And you guys are stressing me out a little bit with these running clocks you've put together. You guys are playing terrific football right now.
Yeah, I will not apologize for that. So we're playing good football. We've gotten better each week. I think we've continued to improve, which is always a challenge at this point in the year as you get pretty far into it. We've had kind of a unique year in that we had a bye week, week 1. So it's been pretty straight through, and I think our kids have gotten really used to the routine of what our program is kind of built on and the process of getting better. And we've watched them really improve in a lot of different areas. I think our offensive line has gotten better over the course of the year. I think the way we've played and defended the pass over the last couple of weeks has been a lot better than where we were at early in the year. So it's been really fun to watch. It's a really fun group of kids to coach.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of expected that you were going to get a good game tonight, Coach. I mean, First Coast, they, lost by 20 to Mandarin and Oakleaf, but they, beat Baker County a couple weeks ago, and they've played some good teams. And for you to do that, I feel like it was pretty impressive. I would assume you had a pretty good week of practice this week.
We did. I mean, that's a good football team. They've got, some really good players. Tony Kennedy's as good of a player as there is in the area. That does a lot of things for him, and they've got a good young quarterback as well. And so, they challenged us a little bit and stressed us a little bit early on. We didn't tackle very well in the first half, but our kids played really opportunistic. We had a really 3 interceptions in the first half, including one from Aiden Piper that returned it for a touchdown. Jelani Dawkins had another one that returned from about 100 yards for a touchdown that got called back on a hold, and Gunnar Rogers had one as well, and we were backed up. So our kids did a really nice job of answering the bell and keeping their foot on the gas. It was really fun, good win for us.
Tim Kraus of Bishop Kenny, 4 running clocks in a row over Parker, Rickards, Menendez, and First Coast. We always talk about playing your best football towards the latter stages of the season. I think it's needless to say, Coach, you guys appear to be doing that.
Yeah, I mean, our goal is always to peak at the right time, and especially with the way our program is structured and built, I think our staff does such a good job of getting our kids better, and it's going to take a little while. Some of our kids play both ways. We've got to get ourselves built into game shape, and as things get cooler as the season goes, we just seem to get better and better. And so it's been super fun to watch this team develop. We've got a lot of young players that are out there that are getting time, and then we've got a lot of really good pieces that are doing it for us, not just 1 or 2 guys. That's what makes for a really good football team.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win. West Side next week, and of course you'll hear that game right here on 92.5 FM. Tim Kraus, the head coach of Bishop Kenny. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend.
4 in a row, Denmark, and 4 running clocks at that.
Yeah, well, and I was talking to Coach. I mean, that's for them to put up 42-7 at the half. That was pretty impressive, and I didn't expect that. You're looking at the region for Bishop Kenny. They're in 3A, so they're in the same region with Range, Yulee, Bay, which is all the way out in Panama City. Bishop Kenny is 4, and then 5 and 6 is Wakulla and Baker County, and they play tonight. So even though Bishop Kenny, who's in their district? They're
already district champions.
So if they're a top 4 seed, they will automatically host a home playoff game, which would be huge for them instead of having to travel to possibly Baker County or Wakulla.
Scoreboard looks like this. Nice 29-0 over Atlantic Coast. Providence a winner over Kipbold City. One of the games of the night, Oakley 45-41 over Ed White. The other game of the night in overtime, Middleburg by a point, 37-36 over Beachside. It was Trinity Christian, 32-14 over Tallahassee Lincoln. You also had Toccoa Creek, 23-17 over Menendez. And St. Augustine is a winner over Bartram Trail, 34-20. More victorious head coaches to come. We'll definitely catch up with Ryan Wolf of Middleburg, Christopher Foy of Oakleaf, Brian Braddock of St. Augustine. Much more to do as we're glad you're with us. The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We are presented by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning right here on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM.
Maxed out on credit cards? Struggling with high interest debt? You could pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan Program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That's Loan Pronto. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is an A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau and have nearly 2,500 five-star Google reviews. Call now and start the conversation. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's loanpronto.com.
Hey, Hicken here. Cooler weather right around the corner, but you can extend your swim season with Surfside Pools. This month, Surfside Pools offering 10% off new pool heaters or heater replacements and installation. Keep the good times rolling. No matter the season, upgrade your pool heating system now for months of extra enjoyment. Only from Surfside Pools, the trusted name for expert pool service. Family owned and operated. Call 246-2666 or visit surfsidepools.net.
License number CPC 044080.
Did you know that basketball and volleyball were invented at the YMCA? That's right, and even today, the Y continues to lead the way in youth sports programming, from toddlers just starting out to teens ready to compete. The Y offers skill development, recreational play, and competitive leagues, all in a fun, supportive environment. Get your child in the game to build character and skills at the Y. Registration is now open for youth volleyball and soccer at fcymca.org.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow, mirrors cut exactly to your style, fogged or broken glass replaced, decorative tabletops, windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval.
Hey folks, this is Denny Thompson, and when it comes to protecting my home, I turn to Tyson, the leaders in state-of-the-art home security right here in Jacksonville. Their AI cameras and smart doorbells are top-notch, keeping an eye on what matters most. Whether you're moving in or upgrading, Tyson offers flexible packages, rent or own, with specials on the first 3 years. Ramp up now for the holidays, the perfect gift for you or someone you love. Call Tyson today at 590-7979 for details.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pest Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
Grab your cowboy hat for the Beach Barbecue Bash, presented by Sunshine State Plumbing and Reliable Ducks. Thursday, October 30th. Live music, sizzling barbecue, and Southern Charm, supporting Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida. Get tickets at bgcnf.org.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here. You've heard me talking about Pella Windows and Doors. With great ratings and expert reviews, you know they're high quality and energy efficient products. So what's your next step? Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or just stop by the Pella showroom on Phillips Highway. Their professional design consultants will guide you through your entire project from start to finish. And that's the quality and service you can expect from Pella Windows and Doors.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Orthopedic Specialists Friday Night Lights.
Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Glad you're with us, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, Friday Night Lights. More victorious head coaches to come. Tom McPherson of Fleming Island, 2 minutes away. Before we get there, Steve Brown of Paxson. They were big winners tonight, and Coach joins us here on 1010XL. Coach, congratulations.
Appreciate it, Hack.
50 burger for your offense, right? What was working so well for you guys?
We were shooting ourselves in the foot in the first half, and Wildwood did a good job making some plays. We made some adjustments at halftime and got things rolling. Went on a 31-0 second half scoring spree.
Whew, good for you. And that's what I believe that's win number 5 for you guys on the year. Now the postseason for you guys starts in 2 weeks, correct? Well, where do we stand there?
Yeah, we finished our game 10 is next week versus Reball, and then on the following week, on the 31st, we start the playoffs.
You know, and whether it's you guys, Stanton, Fernandina Beach, West Nassau, I mean, there's a lot of teams that have gone into the sunshine realm, if you will, of high school football. I think it's great because now, I mean, look, you guys can make deep runs in the postseason, play meaningful games in the month of November. I mean, your thoughts overall on how it has worked for you guys and area-wide, I think it's been good for everybody, correct?
Yeah, it's been great for all of us. You know, in 3A, we're one of the smallest schools, and, you know, Range, Yulee are some of the biggest schools, and as an academic magnet, the way we get kids in and out versus how they do is completely different. Now it gets us a chance to compete against like programs, dealing with the same stuff.
Coach, so is the Sunshine rankings, do you go to max preps? Because I see here West Nassau's 3, you guys are 8. Is that correct?
Yeah, but you got to remember we're split in the north and the south, 10 teams in each. The top 8 are making the playoffs, and I believe 9 and 10 are playing each other, so they have a 11th game. So West Nassau is actually 1 in the north, and we're 4 right now.
Gotcha.
Certainly, it's a great thing for you guys, West Nassau, Fernandina Beach, Stanton, and a lot of teams are coming off with big victories. Stanton got a big win tonight. You guys got a big win tonight to get to 5-4 on the year. Coach, are you happy where you are? 1 game to go, a great opportunity for you guys next week against Ribault. Are you happy where things are with your program at 5-4 entering the regular season finale?
Yeah, you know, of course I'd like to be, 7-2 right now because we let 2 games kind of slip away and the kids realized it. And, we started to let one slip tonight, made some adjustments with good halftime speech kind of challenging the kids, and now we're moving forward. And the post game was, hey, guys, you can't wait till the second half to start playing football from here on out. You've got a tough Reball next week. I don't care what the record says. They've been in almost every game other than one. And then it's playoff time. And, in playoff time, the crazy part is we could end up hosting Lake Weir, who we hosted last year in the first round of the playoffs in 2 weeks.
Well, Coach, congratulations on win number 5 for you guys. Best of luck against Reball in the regular season finale, and we'll talk to you soon, my friend.
All right, appreciate it, Hack.
Steve Brown of Paxson, big winners tonight. The Louisville Cardinals have just beat the Miami Hurricanes.
Dang, man.
Miami, it was down 3. They were driving. They were in field goal range, and it was a miscommunication, I think. Carson Beck throws a pick.
It was at the 20-yard line. I don't know if he wanted to throw the flat or it was the running back or the tight end kept wheeling up the sideline, and he threw the flat, and he kept going up the sideline.
Wow. All right. So they're looking to make sure he caught it. It certainly looks like he did. And Louisville looks like they're about to put the first loss on Miami. Boy, if that's not Mario Cristobal to a T, you're ranked top 5 in America.
J.J. LaSilva said, I've seen this game 37 times.
Let's head out to Clay County. A big win for Fleming Island tonight under the Friday Night Lights. Head coach Tom McPherson joins us here on 1010XL. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, Heck.
Nice win for you guys over Parker, a dominating performance this evening.
Yeah, we struggled a little bit early, but then we kind of got things rolling on offense and got the ball to, the kids we need to in space and settled down a little bit on defense at times when we were struggling a little bit. So, needed to get back on the winning side after that, tough loss against Creekside. And, obviously anytime you get a win, it's not as easy as people think to win games. And anytime you get a win, it's a good feeling.
Who were the guys that were scoring touchdowns for you tonight?
We opened the game with Cedric McNeil, had about 4 or 5 carries in a row for 40 yards and punched it in. And then the next drive on the first play, Brady Digman took it 65 yards for a touchdown. The next drive, Tristan Stevenson caught a
short pass and took it 70 for a touchdown. And then Zion Longmire scored. Gavin Boyson scored. So I think we had 5 or 6 different guys score.
Tom McPherson of Fleming Island, winners tonight over Parker. You look next week, a really interesting battle in Clay County against a Middleburg team that had just one of their biggest wins in a while in the regular season as they knocked off Beachside tonight. What a game that should be between you guys and Middleburg next week.
Yeah, Middleburg's playing good football this year. They've done a great job in the last 2 or 3 years with their program. They're challenging on offense. They run the ball. They're physical. They got good running backs. And, you got to be able to stop the run. And then defensively this year, they're playing a sound structure and, putting their kids in pretty good positions. So, it's going to be a battle. I think, right now they're as good as anybody in the district. Obviously, it was a tough loss versus Ponte Vedra, but Ponte Vedra is really good in the box. So it's, high school football is a game of matchups just like college and the NFL. And, I think Middleburg matches up well against, Beachside. And we've struggled to stop the run a little bit. So if we can't stop the run, it's a good matchup for them too. And Ponte Vedra was a tough matchup because they're really physical in the box. So, when you look in our district and you look at the scores of the games, Beachside beat Ponte Vedra. Ponte Vedra beat Middleburg handily, but then Middleburg beats Beachside. So it's more about matchups. It's more about schematics and what people run and what they do and how that affects what you do. And, it should be a good game for us. We got to win every one we can get because we're outside the top 8 right now. So, our kids will be ready for the challenge. We're 4-0 at home, so we're trying to, win that last one at home and stay undefeated and defend the rock. So should be a good game.
Yeah, the other 3 teams in your district those are all playoff teams, and you mentioned you're 10 right now. 8 teams make the playoffs. I mean, are you telling your guys, it's a playoff game every Friday night?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is just the way it's almost impossible. Like I still don't understand the ranking system.
You and a lot of other people,
exactly.
Coach.
I mean, I don't understand. Like, to me, when they set it was set up in a way to make people try and schedule good games. But then, to me, when you look at the ranking system, it's like the teams, that have a bunch of wins are still ahead of some other people depending on who you played. So, like, right now we sit with our losses are Oakleaf, Ponte Vedra, and Creekside. And, those are all teams that are 6-2, 6-1, and Creekside's their district champion. But we're still behind Matanzas, or, we're behind a bunch of people as the 10th seed. So I can't really figure out, like, how it works. But at this point, it's not really my job to figure out how it works. If we don't win, we're probably not getting in. So, you gear up to win. We got to win. We know, I don't know how much wins count, but I know they do count. So you still trying to figure out, like, strength of schedule. How does that look? What is our schedule rating? Where does that put us? So, but we made our bed, losing that game to Creekside late, and we got to lay in the bed that we made now. So we got to win out.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight, and best of luck next week against Middleburg.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Tom McPherson of Fleming Island. Don Velvet of Baldwin coming up in just a moment. Grace, go ahead and call Ryan Wolf of Middleburg. He's ready to go as well after a big overtime win over Beachside. But let's get Baldwin up here. A nice performance tonight in the win over Ribault. And Don Velvet is the head coach of Baldwin. He joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Coach, it was a battle there for a while, right? A scrappy Ribault team. You guys look like you pulled away in the fourth quarter. How did the game go down?
Yeah, we started out slow on offense, man. We got some stops on defense. Stalled out in the red zone on a couple of drives in the as far as the offense is concerned. We finally punched one in with Nashawn Jacobs, which he ran hard all night and put us on the board late. In the second half, we had a defensive score that kind of gave us a lead that we can put them away the way we needed to put them away in the second half.
Coach, your defense felt like it played a lot better tonight. I know Ribault scored late, but you gave up 6 points throughout the duration of the game. Being a defensive guy, you probably had to be pretty happy about that.
Oh, definitely, because as you know. Coming down the stretch, man, you need your defense, and we're vying for playoffs. So without defense, man, I don't care how many points the offense scores, man, we can't get wins.
Don Velvet of Baldwin, you're now 6-2 on the year, back in the district to finish up your district play next week against Jackson, and then a final game against Ed White before the postseason. I would think you got to like the way you guys are playing, Coach, coming down the stretch here.
Oh, definitely, man. The goal is the trend, to be the best team you can be late in the season. And I think that's where we're kind of going with it, man. We're getting better, being more solid on defense. Our offense has been, what they've been all season, man. They've been putting up points. I don't think it's been a while since they scored less than 28 points. So, they've kind of carried us. Our defense is now trying to, get their feet up under them, and we're making stops. So if we can continue this here thing, I think we should, bode well for the, going into the end of the season.
Don Velvet of Baldwin, winners tonight over Ribault to get to 6-2 now on the year. Congratulations, Coach.
All right, appreciate you.
Big win. Speaking of a big win, boy, you think they're partying out in Clay County in overtime. Middleburg 37-36 over Beachside. Ryan Wolf of Middleburg joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Appreciate it, fellas. That was a big one.
Coach, what a win. And in overtime, tell us the way it went down. How did the game end?
We went into overtime. We had the ball first, and, we had a Wildcat package. We're snapping it to our back, Gino Addison, and took 3 plays to get in and score. So we made the extra point. I think they scored on the first play of overtime, but then we blocked the extra point. So
you won on a blocked extra point. Wow. Wow.
The game.
That is outstanding. Yeah, do you know who blocked it? Do you know which of your kids blocked it?
I'm not sure. We're trying to look at the film. Like, when you have a win like that, it's kind of hectic at the end. So we're trying to figure out who.
They're all going to take credit. Yeah, I got a piece of it. No, I got a piece of it. What a win for you guys. Coach, that seems like a big win for your program. I mean, Beachside is one of the better teams in the area. They have gotten really good, really quick out in St. Johns County. And for you to win a game like that in overtime, man, that must feel really good.
No, it's huge for our program. We've been right there in a few big time games the last few years, and we just felt like we're right there ready to turn that corner. To be in a different kind of program at Middleburg, and to get a win like that, like I think that's going to be the one that we look back on and really help us go to where we're trying to get to at Middleburg.
How did you match up with Beachside? I know you guys at Middleburg like to run the football a lot, and Beachside has 3 good receivers and a good passing game. How did you match up with them tonight?
Well, I mean, it's kind of exactly like you said. We're putting together 12, 13 play drives, and they're throwing the ball all over the place, and it's just a matter of kind of who had the ball last. But we've been in a lot of games like that at Middleburg, and our staff has been in a lot of those games at other places we've been through. So it wasn't our first rodeo when it comes down to having a last second win, or trying to go in overtime, or whoever's got the ball last. Like we've been a part of those.
Coach, if I would have told you back on high school media day when we all convened down at the stadium, you'd be 7-1 with 2 games to go in the regular season, what would your thoughts have been?
No, we knew we had a team, and we got a great staff, and it's a great place to be. So I knew we had a chance to be pretty good this year, and we all kind of did. That we was kind of hoping things would kind of go our way. Didn't really go our way last week, but great job rebounding and finding a way to win this one.
Now, again, we're starting to crunch decimal points, and I know you guys were 7 in the region coming into tonight. Beachside was 3, and you would have to think this win tonight, I don't know if it cements you in the postseason, but it does an awful lot to get you there, does it not?
Yeah, and then everybody, all they want to say is we don't play nobody, but we beat somebody pretty good tonight.
It's a big win for you guys in overtime, 37-36. Middleburg gets it done tonight over Beachside. Ryan Wolf of Middleburg. Congratulations, Coach.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Blocked extra point, Denmark. You're a special teams coach. That's a great way to win. That's also a brutal way to lose.
And I'll tell you, winning a game like that and having the details, when a coach is paying attention to detail, and that is a well-coached team. I played those guys in the kickoff classic, and when Middleburg, they had 31 points on us in the first half. When you're playing a team that can score at a high level quickly, that you exactly do what coach says. You want to run the ball, you want the clock to run, down the snap count as much as it can. And then you want to run their play, and you want to have a 7-8 minute drive. You want that offense being on the sideline, hopefully to slow them down. I know Beachside was able to score a lot of points, but whatever the plan was that they wanted to do tonight, they definitely executed, and that was a big win for them.
Bradford County, big win for the Tornadoes tonight over Tallahassee Leon. Let's get one more in before we step aside for a quick break. Jamie Rogers of Bradford County joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
That's certainly a good Leon team, and boy, what a dominating performance for you guys tonight.
Well, we started off slow tonight, Hacker. That my favorite week of the year, homecoming. We couldn't have added one more distraction. I don't think if we could have tried, but finally got going a little bit in the second half. So thankfully that's over, and now we get to move on to week 10. How was the defense? Bradford, you always think about the defense. How'd you guys play tonight on that side of the ball? I played okay. It was I think we gave up 3 in the first half, and then the young kids. I think the young kids gave up a long post for a touchdown. But yeah, we played really good for 3.5 quarters. So proud of them. They kept them out of the end zone. Coach, we're talking about next week being district championship Friday night. That's a district title game for you guys next week, correct? Yep. Yeah. I think if I'm correct, it's a 3-way tie if Santa Fe gets us, and then if we win, obviously, I think that we'd be undefeated in the district. So it's one of those scenarios where I think us, Newberry, and Santa Fe would be a 3-way tie if Santa Fe gets us next week. And what a big game for you guys. Not only could it decide a district championship, but as we talked last week, it's potentially your final game for 3 weeks because you have the bye in week 11, and then we got the hurricane week, which they're basically going to be no games played, which is interesting. And then the playoffs begin. So what's your thought not only on that gigantic game next week, but potentially having 3 weeks off after that? Yeah, it's not perfect. I think we talked about it a little bit last week. But, we really need to get some people healthy. 10 games in a row, 11 in a row if you count the Kickoff Classic with Coco. Then there was some very physical games with those first 5 or 6 games that we played, and we had a lot of kids beat up, which happens in football. But I hope it'll come at a good time where we have a couple weeks to get a lot of people ready. Well, congratulations on a big win over Leon. Best of luck next week in a game that could win you a district championship against Santa Fe. And, Coach, we hope we're talking to you next Friday night. Thank you, guys. Appreciate what you do for football. Jamie Rogers, head coach of the Bradford County Tornadoes. Big win tonight over Tallahassee Leon. We'll come back with a complete scoreboard update. Still want to chase down Christopher Foy of Oakleaf and Brian Braddock of St. Augustine. We'll also catch up with Matt Toblin of Bowles, who won last night over Riverside. A lot more to do as we're glad you're with us. The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Friday Night Lights were presented by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning right here on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM.
You want to know more about your favorite football team. That's right. And John Osher delivers because O knows. Wednesdays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Served by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views on 1010XL.
Prosser here again for Chad and Sandy, the local real estate experts you can trust. You might think you have a struggle ahead, but Chad and Sandy always have a solution, and ultimately it ends in a success story. Jacksonville area homes are selling, but getting the right price requires aggressive marketing and proven systems. Hiring the experts who know how to create demand is crucial. You need Chad and Sandy Newman. Need to sell now? Chad and Sandy have instant offers, fast, easy, stress-free. But, man, they deliver with the promises. The local real estate experts you can trust. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Oh, and the proof is out there. Tom and Nicole in Mandarin. I got a new job in Louisiana. We found a new home. Now we'd have to sell fast to avoid paying 2 mortgages. Chad and Sandy did it. Use them today. ChadAndSandy.com. That's ChadAndSandy.com.
Jacksonville is my hometown, and nobody knows roofing like me. I'm Ronnie, the owner of Brandon Roofing. We handle everything from repairs to full roof replacements, start to finish. We give honest quotes, use quality materials, and clean up like we were never there. We all look at Google reviews, so go ahead and check out ours. We're proud of all our 5-star ratings. I would say we treat you like family, but some people don't like theirs. Go to BrandonRoofing.com today to schedule your free roof quote.
License number CCC 1328006.
Hello? The Checkmate Coatings phone line has you covered from the floor up.
From tough sports topics to strong surfaces, Checkmate Coatings is your floor's missing piece and your connection to the sports world on 1010XL.
What are the only 2 states that do not observe daylight saving time? The answer next.
Having the right homeowner's policy protection means you're staying on top of your most valuable possession, your home. For information on finding an agent, go to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The only 2 states that currently do not observe daylight saving time are Arizona and Hawaii.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
What's happening, folks? It's your main man, E.T., of course. And whether you're biking through shaded forest trails, casting a line from Camp Chow Pier, or enjoying music by the St. Johns River, Clay County is full of ways to play. This month, experience off-road trails at the 2025 Crawling for the Fallen. Savor bold flavors and classic rides at Moose Haven's 15th annual Chili Cook-Off and Car Show, and celebrate the fall season at fall festivals all across the county. Find a full lineup at ExploreClay.com. Come on, somebody.
Don't ghost your carpet this fall. Hicken here. Right now, you can get your entire home zero-resified from Jacksonville's Ultimate Carpet Cleaner and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139, plus a free haul for Halloween. Get it? There's something scarier than ghosts and goblins hiding in your home. It's in your air ducts. This month, take 50% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResJacksonville.com. Ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, spell it backwards and forwards. It spells the same. Zero Res.
Zero Res.
Get paid to lose weight in a paid obesity research study with Encore Research. If you're 18 or older with a BMI at 27 or more, you may qualify. No insurance required, no cost to you. Enroll at EncoreDocs.com or call 904-732-6669.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick. We're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by November 6th.
Find the middle of the fairway with your drives. Get the golf tips and talk to keep you straight.
That's a great tee shot.
On the Edwin Watts Golf Hour. The Edwin Watts Golf Hour. Saturday morning at 10 on 1010XL.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal, you look troubled. Is something bugging you?
This friendship isn't all upside for me, Jason. People keep asking me stuff about you.
They ask you about me?
Is it really cooler with Bueller, they ask? So I say, totally. And they say, how do you mean that? And I say, he fixes air conditioners, which literally makes somebody cool. But he also has cool sunglasses and cool people and a cool family.
And I try to make working at Bueller Air and Plumbing a really cool experience for our technicians and plumbers. We treat our people like gold, and they treat our homeowners the exact same way.
Great. Well, now there's another cool thing I've got to remember. This is a lot of responsibility, Jason.
Life can get hectic sometimes. If you don't take a moment to slow down and appreciate all the cool parts, you could miss it.
Do people ask you about me at all?
Weirdly, they do.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights.
Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
More victorious head coaches to come in one moment. Scoreboard update. Nice, 29-0 winners tonight over Atlantic Coast. It was Providence over Kip Bold City. Oakleaf, a 45-41 winner over Ed White. Baldwin, 35-12 over Reball. Rains, big winners tonight over Creekside, 52-3. Tacoy Creek over Menendez in a battle of St. Johns County, 23-17. Speaking of St. Johns County, St. Augustine over Bartram Trail, 34-20. The Clay Blue Devils are winners tonight, 35-34 over Fernandina Beach. Probably the most drama tonight is with Middleburg and Beachside. Overtime, Middleburg blocks an extra point to beat Beachside 37-36. Yulee, their first loss of the year. Flagler Palm Coast over Yulee 42-14. And it was Trinity Christian over Tallahassee Lincoln 32-14. Another winner tonight? Well, that's Stanton. They get a big win over Westside, and their head coach, Coach B, Dennis Bettinger of Stanton, joins us here on 1010XL. Coach, how we doing?
Oh, fantastic. You know, it's always good when you win.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
No doubt about that.
And, Coach, and great win for you guys over Westside. That's a good win for you and your program.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. After coming off that loss 2 weeks ago where, oh, goodness, you have one of those games every year. I'm not blaming it. Wolfson just whooped us big time. We had a lot of turnovers, and it was just a mess. So it was really good to get back and get a big win. And the biggest thing is now we clinched a spot in the playoffs that we actually earned. We didn't just were given. So I believe that's the first in history that Stanton has earned a playoff spot.
So explain how we had one of the coaches from Paxton explaining it to us. I know there's the North and South. Where do you guys stack up in the playoffs right now?
Right now, we're in the Northern Division. We were coming in eighth place right now, so the top 8 make it. We'll have to see after that, because all the teams that were close to us lost. Interlochen got beat too. They were the ones who were 9th that could have maybe jumped us, but they lost. So right now, once it comes out, there's no doubt that we have a spot. Now, we play Space Coast. If we can upset them, we can even move higher. And then it will go 1 versus 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, and 4, 5.
Coach, you were not dealt an easy hand. You got this job in the middle portion of July, if memory serves, basically 5 weeks before the regular season. And now here you sit here in the middle portion of October. You've clinched at worst a 500 regular season record, your 5th win tonight, and you're going to the postseason. I mean, what a job by you and a staff that you had to assemble very, very quickly. I mean, you had weeks to do this prior to the season getting underway.
Oh yes. It was a challenge. I tell you what, because the first day I got in there, we had 4 kids showed up, and then I just said, I saw this board that was in the weight room. I said, hey, are any of these kids players? And they said, yes, sir. Some of them. I said, start calling them in. And I was on the phone interviewing coaches.
Well,
it went for like the first couple of weeks before we got enough that we could actually, start doing something with the ball and having players. It was very interesting.
Yeah, and final thought, Stanton, look, 5-4 is a great record going to the postseason. Also beating Inglewood and beating Westside. I mean, those are good wins for you guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And the kids are starting to believe, and they're just so used to just going through the motions and this, we can't beat these teams. Now they realize, hey, we can compete with them. We just got to execute. We might not have the 5-star athletes, but we're going to just grind it out, play hard, play physical, and just keep going. And that's what they do, and I'm so proud of them.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight, and best of luck next week.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for everything you guys do for high school football.
Coach B at Stanton, big winners tonight over Westside. Let's head down to St. Johns County. It's always a big game between St. Augustine and Bartram Trail, and the Yellow Jackets get it done. They remain perfect on the year. Brian Braddock of St. Augustine joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Obviously, whenever St. Augustine and Bartram get together, the rivalry aspect of that, 2 good football teams. And, boy, a tough battle there for you guys, ultimately pulling away in the 4th quarter. I'm sure you like the fact that your kids were able to do that late in the ball game.
Yeah, tough game. It was a really, really nice job. Got to compliment Bartram Trail and Coach Thomas in an interim role. Had them prepared, and they did a tremendous job. And we jumped out 14-0, and they came right back and put us in a tough spot. I think it was 14-13 at halftime, and it was just nip and tuck really the rest of the way. So tough game, typical St. Augustine Bartram game, and grateful we could pull it out at the end.
Coach, the offensive side of the ball, I know you guys are versatile with your run game and your pass game. How did it go down for you guys on offense?
Whew. It was pretty tough all night, to be honest. They did a tremendous job on defense. We did some good stuff with our RPO game, and were able to hit some more in Wingo and Julio Santiago on some plays. And it was tough sledding in the running game, but Nate Preston and Trindell Anderson did a nice job, and we were able to at least score enough to get the job done. Our last touchdown came on a pick six by Julio, and so they definitely held us down. They did a really good job, but like I said, fortunately, we're blessed with some explosive kids that were able to do just enough that we could get the win.
Brian Braddock of St. Augustine, they are still perfect on the year at 8-0. And, Coach, speaking of 8-0, with wins over Bowles, Nice, Lake City, Columbia, now Bartram Trail, I mean, did you know this team was capable of this when you guys were getting ready for the season back in June and July?
No, I mean, I knew we had a chance to have high hopes. I thought the kids, the work they did in the spring and in the summer, put them in position to at least have some high expectations. But excuse me, the Bulls game, the Nice game, those were games down to the wire that truly could have gone either way. And for a team replacing so many kids, I think just the fact that we found ways to win those games was huge, and maybe a little bit ahead of schedule in some ways. I think tonight, maybe it was two things. Credit to Bartram Trail. I don't know if our kids had a full appreciation for the grit and the depth of that football program. And, the records don't mean a lot when Bartram and St. Augustine play. So I think it was a learning experience for our kids about, the proper approach and respect for your opponents, and especially an opponent that demands respect like Bartram Trail. It's one of the best programs in this area over the last 20 years. So, we're just learning a lot, and the cool thing is that we keep still finding ways to win, even when we learn some tough lessons in these games.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Big win, a rivalry win for you guys over Bartram Trail. You're still perfect on the year at 8-0, and best of luck next week as you finish out district play against Ridgeview.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. You guys have a great weekend.
Brian Braddock of St. Augustine, still a perfect 8-0. And, the conversation is, St. Augustine, Raines, who is the better team? And they're both phenomenal. I'll say this still. St. Augustine's resume speaks for itself with Bowles, with Lake City, Columbia, with Nice, a Bartram Trail win tonight. Both teams are great, but I still think St. Augustine, based on the resume, I would have at number one right now.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, what they've played and, the teams, the caliber, you look at, the RPI rankings that you're supposed to go off of for the playoffs. I mean, those are some of the top teams in the entire state. And they'll get another test as if they haven't had enough yet. They'll play Mandarin the night before Halloween on that Thursday night in 13 days, which will be a phenomenal game. You talk about two high-scoring offenses. That game might be first team to 60 might win that game. But yeah, I mean, it's good that for your team, and you're in a tough class in 4A, and you're in a tough region. You have been battle tested, and you know what you have with your team. And, as a coach, you can feel good going to the playoffs knowing that, we've played good teams, rather with different styles, with lines of scrimmage or on the outside with athletes, before you get on that run in November.
Let's get one more in on this side. Bobby Ramsey of Jackson. They are winners tonight over Inglewood, and Coach joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Oh, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you having me on.
All right, that's a nice win for you guys. You get to 500 on the year at 4-4. It was a dominating performance as well. Talk about the performance of your kids tonight. You must be very pleased.
Yeah, we did a lot with the takeaways. There were a lot of balls on the ground that we were able to get, and we had 2 defensive touchdowns, and I was really happy about that. I thought. As the game went on, our tackling improved, our physicality was there. I think from the beginning, our run game was strong, and we had our quarterback was out, so we had a kid who we moved from receiver to quarterback, Carlos Garvin, and he stepped in and managed things pretty well. So all in all, we're pretty pleased.
Coach, right now as it stands in the rankings, you're an 8 seed. in the playoffs. So it feels like every game is a playoff game for you here on out. Are you telling your guys that your players know about that?
I mean, we certainly talk about the fact that we have an opportunity to get into the postseason, and right now there's a lot of schools that don't. I mean, realistically, when you get to the last 2 weeks of the season, I said, look, in the area, there's only really X number of teams when you look at DCPS that have a chance to make the playoffs. I think it's like 6, maybe 7, and out of 17 schools. So, and we're one of them. So, you want to take advantage of that opportunity. You want to be playing football in November. That's what you work for. So, we don't shy away from talking about it because everybody can see the rankings. But at the same time, I'd be lying if I said I was an expert on how the power rankings exactly work. You can sit there and play mathematician all you want to, but there's not really a clear cut. This is how it is. So, but I think you understand that, if you win this time of year and you're in the mix, you'll probably make it.
And it makes it fun too, right? Because the playoffs technically don't begin for a couple of weeks, but for a team like Jackson, I mean, I won't call it a playoff game next week, but it's the closest thing to it as you take on Baldwin. You play First Coast as well in 2 very, very meaningful games here in late October.
Yeah, and then we talked about that as a staff, and we kind of knew, like, hey, these last 2 games are gonna have a lot of say-so in how our season goes and what happens at the end. You don't really like to talk to your players about future games. You just kind of like to, be in the moment. And, we wanted to play a complete football game. We hadn't done that until tonight, so that was kind of the focus. But, moving forward, I mean, there's no hiding it because they'll know it anyway. So embrace the moment and be glad that you're playing meaningful football because there's a lot of teams that don't get that opportunity.
Bobby Ramsey of Jackson, winners tonight over Inglewood. They're 4-4 on the year, and they got a big one next week against Baldwin. Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you having me on, and as always, just thanks for everything you guys do for high school sports in the area.
Thank you, Coach. It's a big one for you guys too against Jackson. That's playoff positioning for Baldwin.
It definitely is. And last year it was 10-9, and we blocked the game-winning field goal. They were inside the 10-yard line. It's gonna be the same game next week. We're gonna get their best effort, and I'm sure we'll do the same. And it'll be a game that's gonna come down to the fourth quarter.
We'll start wrapping it up. We're also going to hear from Matt Toblin, who was a big winner last night for Bowles over Riverside. We're still hoping to chase down Christopher Foy of Oakleaf as well. And we got to talk district championships because there are a lot of district championship games next week under the Friday Night Lights. With Dylan Denmark, the hacker Ryan Green with you. Grace is in there making it all happen. It's the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We're presented by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning. As we enter the 11 o'clock hour, more to do here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
That's why we give you Pre-Game Friday. Get the news, notes, and inside stuff you need to get ready for game day.
You like that?
Built by Dream Finders Homes on 1010XL.
In a world where chains seem to take over, it's awesome to have a locally owned retailer who's only focused on Jacksonville. Beard's Diamonds is the perfect example. Hicken here. All those jewelers in Town Center are owned by big Wall Street companies, but Beard's Diamonds, they are local, man. Say hi to the Lupos when you get in there. They've been around and serving our area for more than 40 years. And Beard's runs circles around the big chains. Massive diamond inventory. Beard's. All the top bridal brands. Beard's. Strongest warranties. Beard's. Beard's wins on price every day. They don't have extra markups to please Wall Street or pay commission salespeople. In fact, Beard's guarantees to beat any national chain store on price. So don't buy anywhere until you at least get a second opinion at Beard's. I am sure you'll get a bigger, better quality diamond for your money, and it'll be backed by local folks with integrity and local accountability. Man, in a world where generic chain stores pop up everywhere, refreshing to see a local place that can give you a great diamond. Don't buy a diamond in Jacksonville without seeing your best option at Beard's Diamonds. Shop local, shop Beard's at the St. John's Town Center.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and this time of the year, Honda has such a great lineup, especially when you want to get out on the road and just cruise.
Temperatures letting up a little bit, like Oktoberfest is coming, legendary Honda Goldwing, legendary Honda Rebel that's now an automatic, lots to choose from, and lots of easy riding.
And the price range and the size of the bike, you have a wide variety.
We do, from entry points to the finest of the fine.
All right, check them out, Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency, or their Facebook page.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 17, 1989, a 6.9 magnitude earthquake rattled the Bay Area before the start of Game 3 of the World Series at Candlestick Park in San Francisco.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden Eye & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like EVO implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, they're keeping the First Coast focused.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
Did you know that for every inch of rain on a 2,000 square foot roof, 1,500 gallons come off the eaves of the roof? Call Clearwater Seamless Gutters and Drainage, and we'll design a plan using our Clearwater Seamless Gutters, and we'll connect those gutters to a Clearwater drainage system to solve your erosion and standing water issues.
Clearwater Seamless Gutters. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at gutters. And drainage, too.
SeamlessGuttersJacksonville.com. Introducing the Jag Stack at Firehouse Subs. So bold, it's named after the home team. Stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, roast beef, provolone, fresh veggies, and the new Duval drizzle sauce. For a limited time at your local Firehouse Subs, there's only one hottest sub in Duval.
Florida Gators football on 1010XL is driven by Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. And the law firm of Farah and Farah. Get Gators play-by-play on 1010XL.
Hey, it's Rick Ballou. I just upgraded my home with fantastic floors, and the experience was incredible. Rusty and the team brought the showroom to me with their at-home consultation. The whole process was simple, the installation was top-notch, and the results, absolutely fantastic. Take it from me. Don't wait. Visit fanfloors.com and schedule your at-home consultation today. Fantastic Floors, where every step is fantastic.
San Jose Collision is hiring for an automotive detailer and porter. If you're detail-oriented, dependable, and love working with cars, apply in person at San Jose Collision in Mandarin. Valid driver's license required.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
The Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Friday Night Lights.
Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
We've entered the 11 o'clock hour under the Friday Night Lights. There were two games tonight that separated themselves from the rest. Middleburg over Beachside in overtime. Middleburg won due to a block extra point. And also, out in Clay County, how about Oakleaf? What a win for Oakleaf, going to Ed White, 45-41, a game that ended on a Hail Mary into the end zone by Ed White. That I and Denmark we thought that Ed White caught it, but a terrific play by an Oakleaf defensive back, and Oakleaf gets it done. They are very happy at Oakleaf High School. They just got back from the game, and Christopher Foy joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, what a win. Congratulations.
Oh, I appreciate it, Coach. Thank you guys for having me.
All right, give number 7 some love, because I think that young man had the game-winning touchdown and the game-winning breakup in the end zone. So, who is that, and what a 2-minute stretch he had.
Man, now, Coach, this guy's no stranger to anybody who loves tackle football in the area. That's Trace Burney.
Oh yeah! Wow. Okay. What an effort! What an effort for him.
Absolutely. I mean, we practice Hail Mary, and I mean now that Nick Robinson kid is a really good tackle football player. I mean, he went up, and I saw his hands on the ball myself. I did. And, Trace was just able to pull it out on the way down. I mean, it was a great play. What a great game. I mean, it was a blessing to be a part of that game tonight.
Coach, a lot of people in the city are going to look at that Bowls game you had a couple weeks ago and think that, you guys aren't as good, to compete with a lot of the best teams. And I'm like, Oakleaf got inside the 10 4 times. They just weren't able to punch it in on a lot of the times, only one time with Fareed Coleman. And I knew this was going to be a back-and-forth game. We talked about the last, 30 seconds of the game. Well, there was a lot of minutes before that. Tell us how the game went, because it seemed like, just following it on Twitter, it was a back-and-forth game.
Oh, Coach, don't forget now, we got number 2 on our team, Fareed Coleman.
He's a dude.
Yeah, he is. Buck, I think he went well over 300 yards tonight for 5 touchdowns.
I believe it.
But, I mean, it was a real testament to I think Bubba Horn is a truly, I think he's a talent when it comes to young people and tackle football and offensive play call. And because you look at our receiving core, they are dynamic with Trace and Mike Connor, Sincere Murphy, and Jordan Price and Denario Jacobs. They're all elite receivers. And so when that box get light, it's very, very hard to contain number 2. And when we have 33 with that, we're pretty good. Our offensive line does a tremendous job.
Well, it was a terrific win for Oakleaf over Ed White, the game of the night, 45-41, a thrilling ending. And now, after you take a deep breath, Coach, everybody's going to be talking about next week, you and Mandarin for a district championship. What a game that should be next week at Mandarin High School.
Oh, man, we're looking forward to it. I mean, and that's, the Ed White game always prepares us to compete in that game. And we really, Coach, the atmosphere tonight was almost, it was electric. It was tournament style. So I want to thank Coach Johnson and his tackle football team for it was an instant classic tonight. You just wanted to be able to get the ball last, and if you had it last, you felt you had a real shot at winning it tonight.
Well, it was a great game. It was one of the games we were watching over there on Channel 4 during the streaming show I did with Justin Barney. It was a pleasure to watch. What an ending. And Trace Burney, what a job he did both on offense and defense there at the end of that ball game. Yeah.
He's a real team guy.
Great effort. Great effort. Coach, congratulations on a big win. Best of luck next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
Christopher Foy of Oakleaf. That's what high school football is all about, man. That was fun tonight.
Yeah, and Fareed Coleman, Coach was talking about him. That's his running back. I was able to coach him as a freshman and sophomore. He started as a freshman on the team at Baldwin when we won our district title in 2022, and he's now a senior. That kid is a ball player. He can do anything you tell him on the offense or defensive side of the ball, and Oakleaf's a good team, man. And Ed White, too, think about this. Ed White loses to Merritt Island a couple weeks ago where they have a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter. They lose in a shootout. I think it was like 52-49.
52-49, yep.
And then they lose this one right. Oakleaf scores a touchdown with less than 30 seconds to go, and they lose 45-41. High-scoring game, and Ed White's going to be a very good team in the playoffs.
Kind of like Baldwin, your 2 losses, you've scored 97 points.
Yes.
So that doesn't happen a lot. Literally, the 2 games Baldwin's lost, they scored 49 and 48 respectfully, and they lost both of those games.
Yes, that's high school football, man. It is, as a defense, man, and I can say this because I run the Scout O. It is, you can't. For sometimes, like Ed White, they are so big up front, and they like to run the football, and they have 2 ginormous running backs. You can't run that. You can't replicate that, on a scout team throughout the week. In Oakleaf, they got the same thing. They have a ginormous line, and they have athletes, and they have a really good quarterback. And when you can't replicate that, it's hard to get a feel for what it's going to be like on Friday night. And, offense, that's why you're seeing so much offensive explosion in St. Johns County. with rains. I mean, it's everywhere in the city.
You know, hey, Grace, let's call an audible here. We got to do the AA Automotive Player of the Night. Let's get to that right now. And there's a lot of really good candidates. I think, Denmark, I'm actually going to call an audible on this one, and I'll explain it to you in just a moment. But let's fire it up right now. We have it, Grace, the AA Automotive Player of the Night.
Time now for the AA Automotive Player of the Night. Family run since 1954.
Again, great candidates all over the area. But Trace Burney, with what he did in the final 60 seconds of that game for
30
Oak Cliff,
seconds.
30 seconds. Again, he caught the game-winning touchdown, what proved to be the game-winning touchdown, with under 30 seconds to go. And then he's playing defensive back during the Hail Mary that Ed White threw up. The Ed White receiver has the ball in the end zone. Ed White's going to win the game from like 50 yards out, and Burney gets his paw in there and rips it out at the last possible moment. What an effort by that young man on both offense and defense in the final moments.
Yeah, I had someone, by the way, Burney leads the team in receiving. Before tonight, he had 550 yards, 4 touchdowns on the offensive side. I had someone that was at the game, and he texted me. He goes, everybody in the stands thought he caught it.
Yeah.
And if you watch the stream, the video that I had, he has the Ed White receiver has 2 hands on the ball, going down, still has 2 hands on the ball, but the DB, like he's taught, plays it through his hands and all the way down through the ground. And the referee ruled it incomplete. And Ed White was running on the field as if they won. That is high school football. And the quarterback made a phenomenal play. He rolled right and threw it exactly 50 yards into the end zone, kind of like Aaron Rodgers, as he did last night.
It's a nice throw for a high school quarterback.
Yeah, and the play was perfectly executed. Just sometimes the defense wins.
Let's come back with Matt Toblin. He was the winner last night over Riverside, the Bulls head coach, and we'll also preview District Championship Friday night next week. We'll wrap it up with Matt Toblin and some thoughts about Week 10 coming up next. The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Friday Night Lights were presented by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning. It's 1010XL, and it's 92.5 FM.
1010XL celebrates the life and memory of Tony Marinatos. He was among the first to believe in our vision as an investor and our biggest supporter. A mentor and friend, Tony's spirit will carry on in the heart of 1010XL.
Hurricane season on the First Coast can leave you in the dark, so why not get a head start on storm season with a home generator system from American Electrical? They've sold and installed more generators in Jacksonville than any other company around, with scores of whole home generator installations throughout North Florida. That's right, American Electrical has been installing and repairing thousands of generators for over a decade in Duval. Keep your loved ones and property protected. Log on to American-Electrical.com and see how they can help you.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH, Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS, right here in Jacksonville, is the only hair transplant clinic in the Southeast to offer multi-unit hair grafting and the 45-minute PRP treatments. Grow your hair back. Call now for a free in-person evaluation. 904-777-IHRS. 904-777-4477 or visit hairforme.com.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal, you look troubled. Is something bugging you?
This friendship isn't all upside for me, Jason. People keep asking me stuff about you.
They ask you about me?
Is it really cooler with Bueller, they ask. So I say, totally. And they say, how do you mean that? And I say, he fixes air conditioners, which literally makes somebody cool. But he also has cool sunglasses and cool people and a cool family.
And I try to make working at Bueller Air and Plumbing a really cool experience for our technicians and plumbers. We treat our people like gold, and they treat our homeowners the exact same way.
Great. Well, now there's another cool thing I've got to remember. This is a lot of responsibility, Jason.
Life can get hectic sometimes. If you don't take a moment to slow down and appreciate all the cool parts, you could miss it.
Do people ask you about me at all?
Weirdly, they do.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on Experience Beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Here's your 1010XL community calendar of local events and nonprofit groups helping people here at home.
It's an evening of connection, laughter, and friendly competition, celebrating the creativity and resilience of our community with costumes, bowling, and prizes. To find out more about the Community Bowling Costume Party October 24th, contact Rebel Recovery.
If you'd like to help dogs find new homes, you can enjoy food, drinks, music, and of course, dogs at the Fall Fermi Festival, November 8th. Find out more at kprok9.com.
Find out how you can be part of the cure for blood cancer at the Light the Night Walk at Five Star Ballpark, November 22nd. Take the first step at lightthenight.org.
The Hometown for Heroes Home Buyers Program helps you get your down payment and closing costs paid. Call to learn more. 574-7180.
You can find out how to share your community event at 1010XL.com. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights.
Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Back here under the Friday Night Lights, 1010XL and 92.5 FM, a big night of high school football all over the area. The week started one night ago with the Bolles Bulldogs, a big win over Riverside. Bolles gets to 7-1 on the year. They're already district champions. They got 2 games remaining, and then they will get ready for the state playoffs. Matt Toblin of Bolles joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congrats on the win last night.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
It's a good Riverside football team, and I know it was certainly a competitive game in the first half. You guys obviously pulled away in the second half. You must have been very pleased with that performance.
Amazing, and you're right. I mean, that is a good football team that has played probably the hardest schedule that I've ever seen. I mean, they've played Oakleaf and Rains and St. Augustine and us, and like they have had and Trinity. They have had a extremely challenging schedule, and they have gone, toe to toe with most of those opponents, and they play extremely hard and do a great job. And you are correct. Like they did a great job in the first half. Like we're loading up the box and doing a bunch of different things on defense, and then on offense, spreading us out, let the quarterback scramble. And our kids, we told them going in, there's going to be adversity. This is a good football team. They're not going to just roll over. And that I was really proud of the adjustments that the staff and kids made and executed in the second half.
Matt Toblin of Bolles with us here on 1010XL. Coach, we've talked so much about Xander Edwards, and with good reason this year. I want to spend some time on Naheem Burrows. Boy, what a performance he had last night.
Unbelievable. And I think that's the thing that makes us so special is, He is so good. Naeem is so good. And again, zone coverage, man coverage, and finding room in that. Ultimately, we want to be the kind of team where, hey, look, you have to load up to stop one of them, and stop the throw game, stop the run game, and that we're patient enough and execute well enough that we can do either one. And their plan was to load the box and stop the run. And Naeem had a huge night. Corbin caught some balls, like Camden. Our other receiver caught a couple balls and drew probably four pass interference penalties. And so, we feel comfortable that we can sit back and throw the ball if we need to. But obviously, with our offensive line and tight ends and backs, running the ball is a huge part of who we are.
I remember talking to you about this back on High School Media Day. When your kids walked into the stadium that day, it was noticeable, right? People turned their heads a little bit when Sparks and Burrows and Caldwell and Fordham and all these guys came in there. There were a lot of expectations on you guys, as there normally is. 7-1 through 8 games, district champion. You got 2 games to go before the playoffs. Are you happy where you are right now, 8 games into the year?
100%. I mean, happy, not satisfied. I think that is the ongoing view that we want to have. We are extremely happy with where we are and the performance and how things have gone, but we know we can be better. We know that there's things that we can do better, and we also know that we're going to get healthy. We have some kids that are out that are still dealing with injuries that we want to get back, and so we're excited about. Hopefully our goal is every time we take the field, we're like, look, that's the best we've ever played. And then next week we go, no, that's the best we've ever played. And then the next week we go, no, that. And so we want to continue to get better because we know that as we come through this, and the special things about playoffs and playing in November, December is look, it is the opportunity to extend the season one more week. And we're getting closer to that time where at the end of every night, the only thing that we want to be able to say to each other is see you on Monday, because the season is going to continue and we get to do this together for another week.
Final moments with Bulls head coach Matt Toblin. Coach, kind of a big picture view of the area. You guys, St. Augustine, Rains, you look at teams like Mandarin, Oakleaf, potentially Nice, Bradford County. I mean, as the playoffs approach, it could be a good run for Northeast Florida, man. There's a lot of really good teams in our area as the playoffs are coming up.
Agreed. And there's more. I mean, I think Bishop Kenny's positioned themselves for a good seeding. Ponte Vedra's positioned themselves for good seeding. There is a lot of teams that I feel like have a chance. And I also say this, I think the level of ball this year in North Florida is really good. And I think what you're going to find is as we go outside the area, we're going to win. When we travel out to the Panhandle, because all these point systems are kind of pocketed around their areas. I think when North Florida travels out to the Panhandle or down to Orlando, you're going to find that the ball in North Florida right now, I think, is superior. And so when we get into those regional games and other regional games, I think the North Florida teams are going to play really well. And I would expect to see a lot of our teams kind of advancing. And I think that's awesome. And I think, that competition, it goes through is the rising tide that raises all ships. Everyone is playing catch up. Rains has done a great job, so everyone's trying to keep up. Historically, there's certain programs and everyone's rising. Us and BK have pushed each other, and I think it's good for area athletics in general.
Coach, final question, 60 seconds. You mentioned the playoffs. I mean, have you taken time to start crunching numbers yet, or are we still too far away to figure all that stuff out as far as playoff positioning?
If I had hours and hours of my life, I don't think I could figure out this formula. I mean, and this is not a knock. And our old AD, Matt Moore, said it best. Stop trying to make competitive sports equitable. It's not equitable. It's competitive. There's winners and losers for a reason. And that, the formula, any formula that has St. Thomas Aquinas as the 50th best team in the state of Florida, or American Heritage or something as not number one, has some questions to it. And so I can't worry about that. I worry about our team, and just we want to continue to win. And ultimately, you're going to have to play good teams if you want to win a state championship. And so, we'll just play whatever, however the cards fall, they'll fall, and we'll try to control the things that we can control.
Matt Toblin, the head coach of Bulls, winners one night ago over Riverside. They're now 7-1 on the year, and you will hear them next Friday night right here on 1010XL, taking on my alma mater, the Wolfson Wolfpack. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
There you go. Big win last night for Bulls over Riverside. All right. In totality, as we look at the scoreboard tonight, clearly the big games were Oakleaf 45-41 over Ed White. Middleburg gets a huge win over Beachside. St. Augustine survives a scare from Bartram Trail. And that now sets up district championship Friday night next week, Denmark. By my count, Oakleaf Mandarin is a district championship game. Riverside Ed White is a district championship game. There are district championship implications in Bradford and Santa Fe. Rains Yulee is a district title game. And there's also playoff positioning all over the place.
Oh, playoff position all over the place. I mean, Baldwin Jackson, as it is right now, Baldwin is a 5 seed, Jackson is an 8 seed, and there's countless games. I mean, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of high school football. 2 games left, if you can believe it. It's really 3 weeks because some teams have that extra week in the first week of November for the makeups.
Well, heck, for a team like Bradford, their regular season finale's next week because they haven't had their bye week.
And that's going to be very tough for them because the offense is, you run on momentum and rhythm. And when you don't play for 2 to 3 weeks, that's going to be very tough. But, then you look at the other side, you get the rest. So it's a double-edged sword. But every team's going to deal with it. And the playoffs will start November 14th.
It'll be fun next week, no doubt about it. It's always fun doing the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We have been presented by Duck Duck Rooter, Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Denmark, I enjoyed it, my friend.
Yeah, we'll do it again next week.
Grace, terrific job. Aaron hanging out as well. I'm the hacker Ryan Green for Dylan Denmark. Thank you for listening and watching on the 1010XL social media platforms. Next time I will join you will be Sunday, live from Frontrunners Tap House, 2 hours after the Jaguars and the Rams go final for the 5th quarter. Enjoy a terrific football weekend, and until then,